الله أكبر الله أكبر.
He says, Shahru Ramadan, the month of Ramadan, الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The one is the one in which the Quran was sent down. The month of Ramadan, now Allah has changed the subject. First of all, He's talking about an entire month, which is very different from 3 days. Second of all, He didn't start with fasting. The subject isn't fasting anymore. The thing you need to know about the month of Ramadan, what makes it important, is what? That the Quran was sent down in it. He changed the subject altogether. And I would argue for us as a Muslim culture around the world, that reorientation needs to happen. Our minds, consciously or subconsciously, associate Ramadan with hunger and thirst. And we more importantly associate it with fried foods at Maghrib time. Right? That's, in our minds, it's whose iftar party are we going to tomorrow? And how many are we going to hold at our place? It's just become, it's a festive thing, it's a beautiful thing, yes, but the spirit of it, the purpose of it, when Allah spoke about it, the first thing He told me and you is, this month is valuable because the Quran was sent down in it. الَّذِي أُنزِلَ فِيهِ الْقُرْآنِ. I would argue that for myself, this is what I'm going to do as an exercise for myself, and I try to do this every Ramadan. I actually remind myself of this statement of Allah every morning in Ramadan. This is the month in which Quran came down. This is the month in which the course of humanity shifted. The map of the world changed because of this one month. Billions of lives have been transformed. Families and lineages and heritages have been completely transformed because of this one month. If you think of all of humanity, all human history as one lifetime, if all of human history is one lifetime, then the month of Ramadan is not even a second. It's not even a second, but it constitutes the most important turning point in human history. That 1 second, the course of humanity changes forever. And it changes in more significant a way than has ever happened in the entire span of humanity. Subhanallah, that is the month we're experiencing. That is the month Allah Azza wa Jalla is highlighting. And I make it a point to say that because if Allah can transform the course of the future of humanity in that 1 month, how much change can He bring into my life in that 1 month? If that month has the power to transform the entire world, entire civilizations. I mean, think about the fact that I'm Muslim, but my heritage, some of it goes back to India, some of it goes back to Afghanistan, and all of those are actually go further back enough, they're pagan traditions. They're either Buddhism or some kind of Hinduism and some kind of ism. And you know what? Those isms became Islam at one point in our lineage, in some part of our heritage, and all of that started because of this month. I have Islam today because of this month. We have the Quran today because of this month. Subhanallah. Like, just to remind yourself of that through the course of these 30 days. Why is it that we're celebrating Ramadan? What's so amazing about Ramadan? You know? Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Did you know that prophets, especially Musa alayhi salam and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam wasn't told to come to fast and then meet with Allah. Musa alayhi salam was prepared ahead of time before he received Tawrat. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to do it on his own. He just left home and he's just going up in the cave and he's just literally fasting from the joys of life, just contemplating. It's as though in order to truly receive revelation, you have to engage in the act of fasting. To really truly receive revelation in your heart, you have to cut yourself off from some other stuff. And so Allah made this institution so we can receive revelation in this 1 month like no other month. What I'm arguing before you then is this is the month in which you and I have to internalize the Quran, and we have to experience the Quran descending into us like no other month. This is the month of Quran. Don't think of it as the month of fasting. It's not the month of fasting, it's the month of Quran. I love the fact that Allah Azza wa Jalla used unzila fihi al-Quran. Shahru Ramadan alladhi anzala Allahu al-Qur'ana fihi. Allah could have mentioned himself and said the month of Ramadan is the one in which Allah sent the Quran down. But he said the Quran was sent down. He made it passive. And when you use the passive form of a verb, you're deliberately removing the subject, the doer, from the equation. You're not mentioning Allah on purpose, as though the reader is supposed to study the Quran and discover Allah all over again on their own. Rediscover Allah. Unzila fil Quran. Quran was sent down. Question is raised by who? Read and you'll experience by who. You'll get to know who. I can give you a simple answer, Allah, but when you recite the ayah and you go by the end of reciting the ayah, Allah, then you'll know who. You're reintroducing yourself, subhanAllah.